Hi guys, it's Carmen here from Engel and Volkers in Whistler, and I must say Whistler is stunning right now. It is Thanksgiving weekend and the village couldn't look prettier. Winnie and I had a fabulous time walking through the village. Here she is, you can see her, she's so cute. Oh my gosh, she was like a movie star walking through Whistler Village today. But anyways, it just goes to show there's so many people up here right now, and it's October. I mean, it's crazy. I can't believe how busy Whistler Village is. So if you owned a nightly rental, it would have been booked solid this weekend for sure. Okay, so enough about Winnie. Let's check out these 3 properties that are zoned nightly rental that I think are really good buys. And the first property we're gonna look at is Cascade Lodge. So I'm just gonna click on that. And Cascade Lodge is located along Northlands Boulevard. So it's super central, it's adjacent to the main village. It's like a 2-minute walk over to the village stroll. It's a fantastic location. Cascade Lodge itself is a phase 2 property, which means is any property that's zoned phase 2 under our municipality in Whistler is categorized as a hotel product. Now, these types of properties do have some owner restrictions, which means that the price, and the current price here is $469,000, it keeps the price down because there are owner restrictions. But if you think about what those owner restrictions are, you might be okay with it if you're an investor. So the biggest owner restriction you really have to worry about with phase 2 properties like the Cascade Lodge is you cannot stay in the unit more than 56 days of the year personally. It is a commercial property, and so the purpose of it is to make it available for guests. So you as an owner can stay in it for 28 days in the summer and 28 days in the winter, and the rest of the time that property has to be made available to the public. And if you're an investor, that can make a really good sense. Now, Cascade Lodge is one of these unique hotel properties, different from the Westin or the Pan Pacific traditional hotel models. And what makes Cascade Lodge different is that the owners have voted through strata to allow owners to self-manage and operate Airbnb nightly rentals. So in a more traditional hotel model, all bookings would have to flow through the hotel front desk, and the hotel dictates what that management fee is, and those management fees are typically high. They're around 40% of the earnings. In Cascade Lodge, you do as an owner have the option of having your rentals flow through the front desk through Vacasa, or you can opt to self-manage, and that means all the revenue goes to you, and it's up to you to put your property on Airbnb, and yeah, you're essentially a property manager. You can also, as an owner at Cascade Lodge, look for other options for property management companies. So it gives you more flexibility than your traditional phase 2 property. So I really like that. Now I'm gonna just flip through some of the photos, and you can see it's a really lovely building. The inside of this unit is dated. It looks to be in original condition. What I want to point out though is you'll notice that it has a kitchenette. It doesn't have a full kitchen. That is problematic for getting financing. So this property is perfect for someone that has cash to purchase, or they could do potentially a line of credit, maybe against their primary residence. But traditional financing under a mortgage isn't possible with these properties. So if you do have the cash, they are great little investment properties that you can pick up. And the complex allows owners to also do your own renovation to the unit, so you could do upgrades. You can see here it has a gym, and it has a fantastic family-friendly pool area. So one of the nicer pools in Whistler. It's just huge. Look at that. Oops. That's the floor plan. So that's Cascade Lodge. You've got an annual tourism Whistler fee of $594, and then your monthly strata fee is $424, and it is a studio. Now this property has been on the market for 176 days, and it has had a price decrease. It was originally listed at $489, and now it's $469. And it's listed by Sally Warner, local agent Sally Warner of RE/MAX. The next unit that I would recommend clients to have a look at if they were interested in a nightly rental under $1 million in Whistler is Highland Annex. Now, Highland Annex is in Creekside, so it's south of the village. So when you're coming into Whistler, it's the first smaller village that you come to, Creekside Village. And some people kind of feel like, oh, you know, it's not as happening as the main village. That's true. It isn't as big. It doesn't have as many amenities, but it does have a gondola. I mean, Whistler Mountain is right there. And some people really like that it's not as, you know, busy and hustling and bustling like the main village. It's, you know, easy to navigate and get around. You've got Alta Lake there, you've got Nita Lake. It's really quaint, and it's coming into its own. Over the last couple of years, we've seen, you know, new shops and restaurants come into the area, and yeah, it's kind of got a cool vibe going on there. Now, Highland Annex is right behind Tim Hortons, and so it's super close to the ski hill. You can just walk right through a little trail that goes in front or behind the building. It's behind the building, and it takes you right to Tim Hortons, and then you walk kind of right in front of the Legends and Evolutions and those premier properties, and you know, you're right at Creekside Village, so it's pretty fantastic. Now, this is a studio as well, $582,000 for this unit. It's only been on the market 2 weeks. It is a phase 1, so different from phase 2. Phase 1 is what we consider, you know, the best of the best type of zoning you can get in Whistler, meaning owners have unlimited owner use. So if you own a phase 1 property, you typically have the option to live in the unit full time, or you could rent it nightly rental, or you could rent it long-term rental. So you have lots of options with it. You don't have a hotel management that requires all guest bookings to flow through their front desk. That is not a requirement here. There is no front desk actually at Highland Annex anyways, but even if there was, you wouldn't have to use it. Phase 1 properties are highly desirable, and so you do pay a bit of a premium for a phase 1 property. So when you look at this compared to Cascade Lodge, it is a little bit more. It doesn't have a pool or a hot tub. It's $582,000, but you can live in the unit. You can use it as much as you want. If you think you're going to come up to Whistler more than 2 months a year, then this is a great option. Revenue generators. Aaron McCardle is the agent from Angel Hassan. And what else can I tell you? These ones have storage lockers, which is really nice. A lot of nightly rental units don't. So, you know, as an owner, you can store your own equipment, you know, skis and things like that in the property. And you can get traditional financing on these, which is awesome. Not every lender does it, so I work with mortgage brokers and mortgage specialists that can get the job done. So just be aware of that. You want to work with somebody local that really understands this property, and so that lenders will agree to lend on it. But yeah, it definitely can be done. So yeah, Highland Annex would be a great one. I'm just going to flip through some photos here. Oops. So you can see the bed is in the living room. It's a true studio. The balconies are really cute. They're very private. You can't see your neighbors with it, which is really nice. And this one has some nice updates to it. It's new flooring, kitchen, it looks like. Yeah, it's a cute one. This is Whistler Resort Club. So this one was $900,000 and it's now $879,000. Whistler Resort Club is also in Creekside, and it's in a very old building in 1976. It's legendary. It's right next to Nita Lake Lodge, so the location is spectacular. I mean, Nita Lake Lodge and all their amenities, you can go over there and enjoy the restaurant. their spa and things like that. Whistler Resort Club has their own pool and hot tub as well, and it's a 5-minute walk to the gondola. It's amazing, the location. What makes these properties really interesting to me anyways is that they have a lock-off unit in them, and so you can stay in one side of the unit, kind of like a hotel that has a, you know, 2 sides to it. You can stay on one side and still rent out the other, or you can rent out the two to a larger group, or you can rent them out individually to different guests. So there's lots of flexibility here. Now, lots of units have been updated, so you can make them super cute. But look at that kitchen. It's just, you know, nice big kitchen, so much potential there. And then of course you have your Murphy bed, and then it's got a real wood burning fireplace, which is fantastic. Love that. And then this is the other side, the smaller side of the unit. So you can tell it's like a little hotel unit with a little kitchenette. Because it's looking over the parking lot, it probably even has a little peekaboo view of the mountain. Like as I said, the property does have a hot tub and a pool, which is nice in the summertime. Whistler Resort Club. So there you have it, guys. Those are my 3 top picks. Oh, I must mention Shanna O'Callahan is the listing agent here with McDonald Realty, and the strata fees are $684 a month, and as she says in her write-up, it's terrific value, and I couldn't agree more. And there's revenues for this property too that I can share with you. So if you'd like any more information on these 3 properties under $1 million that tend to do really strong revenues, that are really great buys in Whistler, just let me know and I'll set up a private showing. Take care, guys, and happy Thanksgiving.